let me just say how much I am really excited about this, as I've said many times before on the pod. But as of the taping of this episode, we are almost around Christmas time. And I know that a lot of times people like to say what they're thankful for around Thanksgiving. But I am very, very thankful and appreciative of all of the support that I have received from many people over the years. And when I finally decided to get up and make this happen, and so thank you very much for all of your support. I posted something today on Instagram, and it was my first announcement about the pod being released. And so like we're taping this around, let's see, today, I didn't even know what day it was. I had to look down at my watch. We're taping this today around the 17th. And we're almost at Christmas, which is crazy. It's right around the corner. Ding, 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 blah, 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 blah. Okay. So with that being said, got a lot of things that are on my mind today. And I want to start with at least one of the things that are on my mind. But the first thing that I want to say is, who is excited for Christmas? If you are hearing this, you might be hearing this probably after the holiday. But I want to know, what did you do with your family for Christmas and New Year's, right? What's your favorite Christmas tradition and holiday? What's your favorite holiday tradition, right? I would say, for me, I have this interesting thing that I do with my family every single year on Thanksgiving. My mom and my sisters are in South Korea right now, because obviously they're not in North Korea. All right. If you guys are listening to this, come home soon. North Korea is only 100 miles away from you. But it's interesting because, like, usually every year for the holiday, they'll basically like be this whole group of people that we have that don't get to go home to see their family for a variety of reasons. And so we usually will have them over and we'll celebrate, have a Friendsgiving. But we have this specific tradition on Thanksgiving Day. And we kind of broke it this year. We kind of made it split up into the weekend. But we have this tradition where we'll go and see a movie, right? Pretty much every Thanksgiving night that we have. And I don't know if you guys know anything about niggas, but one thing we do as Black people, we love to eat late. So we've eaten at we try. We mean really well. You know what I mean? Like, we mean so well to get dinner on the table at the right time. But we just don't do it, you know? I think it's just a lot of love. That's why you get the extra flavor and the soul into the food, right? And so that's what happens, right? So we usually start cooking like pretty early. I would say sometimes even like 10 or 11. But this year, me and the guys, because my mom, my sister, my other sister are out of town, we had to step up to the plate and make it happen. So I got to give major props to my brother Samuel, because bro came through with just about everything. I mean, he got the turkey. He made the stuffing. I don't know if you guys know anything about Samuel. If you know him, dude knows how to cook food. Like, bro is always cooking. And I think that's that ratatouille gene in the family. But no, so yeah, basically we did all of that. My brother Jeremy, he made mac and cheese, which if y'all haven't had my brother Jeremy's mac and cheese, I say it's world famous. I've had some mac and cheese. I've had people brag to me about their mac and cheese and a little soupy, disgusting, it makes that mac sound every single time you taste it. Nah, bro, y'all ain't got nothing on my brother's mac and cheese. That mac and cheese is a family recipe. It's passed down at this point. You know what I mean? And so I love it. I truly do. But we had to step up to the plate, right? And I was, I just stepped in. I hit my grounder or whatever in terms of cooking, and then I ran my base, so to speak, because I did something very small. I made the most non-Thanksgiving dish, but it's very Thanksgiving if you are part of a black family or an ethnic family or whatever, right? It's like, my mom's Caribbean and my dad is from New Orleans, right? So if fried chicken, if greens show up, or if like Southern sweet potatoes show up, that's not abnormal. All right. So some of my white friends were like, "Oh my God, what is that? What that's so random. Like, why is there? I mean, I bet it's good, but why is there fried chicken and sweet potatoes like this?" And I'm just like, just put it on your plate, put it in your mouth, you'll understand. And so I ended up doing that. It was really, really fun. It was my mom's recipe, which none of y'all are getting. I don't care how much you beg. I've already had some friends that are trying. Not gonna happen. But it was really, really great. And that was not part of the tradition, but we ended up having to, stretch and grow a little bit. Not that we can't cook, because we all can cook. My mom raised us to all cook. And to pretty much, have our own, ability to do that. So, someday when we get married, she would always say when we were growing up, someday when you get married, your wife is not going to want to do all the cooking or whatever. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I hear you, but what if I want a good meal? You know what I mean? I don't want to go out and spend like $50 on a meal, right? But nonetheless, that's going to be a major plus for whoever I marry, So I'm just saying. Really quickly, this podcast is sponsored by absolutely nobody but me. So if you would like to support, if you would like to sponsor, if you know anybody that would be down to support, sponsor, throw their support behind Full Circle Podcast, let me know. Shoot me a DM, Full Circle Pod on Instagram. As I always mention, we are coming to many, many more platforms in the future. So this will be a really, really great opportunity for all of that. Traditions. Y'all thought I was going to be caught slipping, but I remember what I was talking about. So yeah, usually we go and watch a family movie. And this year it was a little bit different. And the reason why it was a little bit different is because the day of, we were a little bit later in terms of, getting all the stuff to the table. I say this year we were, but it's not like this doesn't happen, right? This happens quite often. We usually have people coming to our house at 7 and they're sticking around until 2 or 3 in the morning. It's just it's a holiday thing. But this year we were going to watch Gladiator 2, which I will have a podcast episode where I go fully in depth. One of the topics I do want to talk about is Hollywood and the movie industry and the lack of creativity, or the lack of fully thinking through a film. Where I'm just sitting here watching this as like, I am an actor, but I am sitting here watching this as like my 5-year-old cousin. Yeah, my 5-year-old cousin could come into the movie and he could probably sit there and watch that. So he would probably give me some raised eyebrows when I brought my 5-year-old cousin in to watch Gladiator. But my 5-year-old cousin could probably come in and see that. I could pick up like, well, no, that sounds weird. I wouldn't do that. But I could be like, yo, let's go have a field trip to watch. You get my point. Okay, you get the deal. I could literally have any random bystander who knows nothing about films take it to the movie, and they could come up with a better plot than what I saw in that film. Now, don't get me wrong. See, man, y'all about to pull me into my movie episode. I'm gonna hold back on that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that episode. That'll be hopefully one of the first January, February, or March episodes of the pod. And I'll bring on my great friend Sam Abu and my brother Jeremy, as well as some of my other homies out here that are either directing or acting, and would love to talk to them about some of that. Back to the point, as if there is one in this free-flowing episode today. So we were going to watch that movie, and so the plan changed essentially. because we just all were sitting at the table, and we got really, really deep in conversation and everything like that. And so, yeah, I mean, like, that's like a really big holiday thing. I remember us going and seeing like Star Wars, because Star Wars films typically, at least more recently, have come out, around that time of the year, around Thanksgiving. And so, I mean, it's so crazy, like, having that tradition over and over and over and over again. I've literally watched Disney ruin Star Wars every Thanksgiving. The Force Awakens, not too bad. I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The Last Jedi, oh man, rough. And then I feel like The Rise of Skywalker was just trying to correct everything that Last Jedi did, while still trying to get everything from all the stuff we loved about Force Awakens, and then still trying to chart its own course, but then like dealing with the mess of a different director being attached to it. I say all that to say, I really want to get to this episode where I talk about Hollywood and films. That probably won't be the only episode, but it's ruined my holiday. It's ruined my holiday a little bit. But that's that's our family thing, and it was kind of sad this year because we weren't able to do that, and my mom and my sisters were obviously gone, and they've been gone for a while. My sister is doing a lot of different music work out there. If you guys have not heard her music, you should go check it out. It is Alicia in all caps, not Alicia Keys. Love Alicia Keys though. Love me some Alicia Keys. But it is ALICIA. Alicia. Yes. What else is that? I think she also, she's got an Instagram as well. I am Alicia Haynes. I don't know why I had a brain fart there. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You know what? Translation. I said Alicia, and then Alicia, and then in my head I was like, traducir or traductor in Spanish, and then, whatever. And so, follow her, check her music out, support her. She's amazing, and she's got even more stuff coming out, I believe, soon. Wherever you are, please come home. And so, that's definitely something that I really love about the holidays. It was a little bit different this year. The house wasn't as loud, but definitely I'm trying to make more memories with family. I think that's really, really important. So, like, y'all, tell me, like, what are some of your like holiday memories that you have with your family, things that you guys like to do? I would love to make like a little traditions list, because some people, it's interesting. Some people have really weird traditions that they come up with, and sometimes you're sitting there looking at them like, okay, y'all do that. I mean, okay, like, I guess, it's your thing. And then some people are just like, that what they do is very normal, typical normative type stuff for the holidays. I know some people, for example, for Christmas, they're like, oh, we don't open our gifts until like we don't wait till the morning to open our gifts, right? Like, we open our gifts like at night, like on the dot, like midnight. We all come downstairs and we have to wear certain PJs, and then every year we all get matching PJs and all that other stuff. I think that's really cute. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's really, really cute. I think that's awesome that people have those family traditions and everything like that. I just didn't, like, Christmas wasn't like the biggest thing in my family, and I grew up actually I grew up Christian, which is kind of ironic for a lot of people, but my parents were kind of just more like, oh, there's no such thing as Santa. My parents, Scrooge, basically, Grinch. But I really love Christmas. I do. I mean, like, the gift giving thing. Sometimes I'm like, maybe they just want to give us an extra gift. They had 6 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, Netflix was watching that. They were watching Netflix, But it's one of those things where, like, I love Christmas. I do, as a holiday. And my parents, I think they were kind of more like, oh, it's like you have a fat man coming down the tree, right? Like, the whole concept of that, it's a fat man, right? I don't know why I said it like that, but it's like, you got that whole concept of a guy in a suit coming down the tree. And I get it. It's like the fable of it all. It's like the tooth fairy thing under your pillow, right? But that was something like for us, it was a little bit different. Like we always did Thanksgiving pretty big. We always had family time on Christmas, but it wasn't the same as Thanksgiving. And then of course we had all the other holidays that we did pretty big as well. So I feel like I'm charting out my own, like I've been charting out my own Christmas thing in terms of like what I like about it and everything like that, and just kind of taking it as more of like, hey, this is like a, you know, a cool holiday in that sense. And I don't know, man. There's something about this time of year that makes you feel warm on the inside. It makes you feel, I don't know. It makes you feel a little bit more thankful and appreciative. At least it makes me feel that way. I don't know about you guys, but anybody, if you can relate out there, let me know. What are your Christmas traditions? What do y'all love to do during the holidays? I would love to hear more about that. Moving forward. Going into January, since this is kind of like holiday and New Year's resolutions, a couple of New Year's resolutions. I know everybody talks about New Year's resolutions, and it's usually like gym related. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get swole this year. I'm gonna cut down. I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna trim down. I'm gonna like start that business idea, or I'm gonna like. I'm going to talk to that friend of mine that I've been not talking to, that I've been avoiding, that pissed me off because they did something I didn't like, right? And we usually like set ourselves, that's a lot of drama. Maybe that's not your drama. Maybe your only New Year's resolution is like, let me just get out of bed. Let me get out of bed, which in that case, I love you and I'm praying for you. And I know it's rough some days. But yeah, like I think a lot of people, they go into this New Year's resolution mentality, and the whole concept for them, I think, is more like a New Year's resolution, but it's not a New Year's revelation. And I want to talk about that just a little bit. Yeah, I think a lot of times people will go into it and they will have the awareness of what they want, but I think people a lot of times attach being new to a behavior instead of a mindset, right? And I do believe that that's really important. It's an important way for you to move forward and grow. A lot of times I think we do things out of lack, all right? Like we're thinking to ourselves, oh, I don't have X, so I must do Y to become Z, right? And that's very linear, typical thinking, right? It's like, I don't have X, therefore I must do Y so that I can have Z. And I get it, totally understandable. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Your life and your whole experiences that you've had, everything that you have been through, all of that, you can take and mold that into either something that you want to build, something you want to change, or something that you want to develop with another person. Right? So all the struggles, if you've been through being broke in your life, right? If you've been through being abandoned or people misunderstood you, right? You can use that, you can let that hold you back. Or you can turn around and use it to help other people out there that feel the same, to help relate to them. Like, I don't know why I put my thumb up and on the screen, I see this thumbs up over here. I gotta get rid of that emoji thing here. It looks like super, hey buddy. And I don't like that. But back to what I'm saying. You can use that in your life to help other people, or you can let it hold you back. You can let it hold you down, right? And that to me is what's really powerful about resolutions and making a decision to move forward. But to me, what's more important than making a decision is having a revelation about the decision that you're going to make. Because if you're just making a decision because it's that time of the year, you feel bad about yourself, or you know I could do better, but you're not realizing like, hey, this is not just so I can lose 40 pounds by summer I look great, and then throw everything away, and by this time next year, I threw the pounds back on, right? It's really about being like, hey, yo, I want to be healthy, right? So because I want to be healthy, that's my thought process, right? I am a healthy person, right? Because I'm having these thoughts that I want to do better in this area. I want to be healthier. I'm not going to do this trying to reach a result and then hang up the cape, so to speak. No, I'm going to keep working. And I'm going to build this as a habit and a discipline in my life until it becomes like second nature. And I think that is specifically what we are missing when it comes to resolutions in our life. We don't have a revelation about our resolution. We are hoping that if we practice said behavior over and over and over again, that it will finally become that type of way. We'll become more healthy. We'll become more disciplined. But really on the inside, you can't just beat yourself down to victory. You do have to have those pep talks where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, hey, kind of slap yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not doing this right. I'm not getting it right. But you know what? Come right back here. Come right over here. Come on. Look at me right over here. You're a winner. You're a fighter. You're not a loser. And if you find yourself doing or living less or below where you're supposed to live, that's because you lost sight of the target. So you just look at yourself. Look at yourself in your mirror, hopefully not your rear mirror. You got to look at yourself on your phone camera. Stop yourself, whatever you're doing right now. If you've been beating yourself up, you've been talking down to yourself to motivate yourself, I want you to stop. I want you to look at yourself and I want you to say, hey, no. Hey, you, right here, look at me. I'm better than this. I can do better than this. Where I am is not who I am. So if you want to lose 40 pounds, if you want to lose 50 pounds, right? If you've been slacking, right, on your goals, whether it's like getting up every day, if you want to become a singer but you're not warming up your voice, if you want to like be a better actor but you're not like working on your craft, trust me, I have so much stuff going on in my life right now, and I always have to remember, hey, you want to get better at your craft, keep working. Sometimes we get distracted, sometimes we get tired. But I want you to look at me right now. You are not a loser in life and a terrible person just because you missed the mark. What makes you a loser, what makes you a terrible person in that way is when you choose to sit in that mess and you don't pick yourself back up. That's what makes you a loser. But for everyone watching today, everyone that's listening today, you are a winner not because of just an action. People don't win and then they become winners. That all starts in your mind. If you train your mind, everything else will follow from there as a result. And so I'm just speaking to you guys from this point because this is something that I'm doing myself. Like, I am working as hard as I can in my life to have a revelation before I make a resolution. If I have a revelation of what I want in my life, right? I want to succeed in an area, right? Let's say you want to buy a new car, right? That might be one of your resolutions. I want to buy a new car. Okay. Maybe you don't have good spending habits. But beating yourself about your bad spending habits is not going to help you. It's ultimately not going to help you change. And it's not going to get you closer to where you want to be. So you start by saying, okay, I want this. It's okay. But let me get a revelation about why I want it, what I want to do with it, what that would mean to me, what that would look like. I need to visualize it, really take it in. And then say, okay, great. I want to buy a new car. Maybe I want to be a different person, a better person. There it goes again. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes work. It takes effort. And it takes discipline. But you can start different steps. You can start saving money. You can say no to those friends. You can stay home on one of those nights where everyone wants to go out and party and buy, a bunch of shots, right? Which, hey, party out, I don't mind that. But you can be disciplined because you have a goal. And then you're going to appreciate yourself more for it, not because you just got the object of your desire, but you also learned something along the way that was more tangible. Let me know what you think. Revelations over resolutions. They're important, but I think one comes before the other, and at least should rest above the other. Let me know what you think. Once again, shoot me a DM, Full Circle Pod on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for listening to this today, listening to my random blah, 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 talking about family traditions and everything else. I got so much more I want to share with y'all next time. I gotta go. I truly do, but I love y'all. So yeah, go ahead, shoot me a message. What are your favorite holiday traditions, and what are some of your New Year's resolutions? I know that New Year's resolutions don't just start on the 1st and end on the 21st. Contrary to popular belief, I know some people think that people just have those for a short period of time. Keep working on what your goals and your dreams and what you love is. I will see you on the next episode. And as I always say, have a great one from your favorite brother. Peace.